Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of Blitz series we've been doing recently, Road to 2300. So I'll just continue with my game for today. But unfortunately, within this week I have had a small tilt, so my rating is back to square one. Making the journey a little longer, but it's all part of the learning process, so not any big deal. I don't expect to be going all up all the time. So today my opponent is 2172, David Campbell. It's going to be quite of a struggle. It's not going to be easy, but I expect to be able to play a good game. So the Najdorf, I've been playing Najdorf recently a lot. You don't want the bishop to be looking down towards the f7 square freely like that. That's why e6 is played. The queen naturally always rests here on c7. If there's an exchange, you can use the rook on the queenside rook to exert pressure, but he doesn't exchange anyway. bd7 is also played. It's a very aggressive opening, and black gets attacked a lot, so it's very essential that you play very accurately. This would land here, the knight would come to e8 and stuff like that. Not wasting time, I guess I also have to start my pawn push. The knight comes to a5, takes away the bishop. Avoid trouble. The queen coming here means we're going to have something like the rook left and then try to attack on h7. So we should be very careful here. But then how do you stop it? Let's take this knight. Maybe displacing the bishop might help a little. You don't want the rook to come here, so this is kind of also useful. I have to say goodbye to my dark squared bishop. It would have been useful. I can't take with this because of the bishop here. This is my only option. I'm in big trouble. The rook joins in and it's disaster. Well, I guess it's going to end in a loss for me. There's no way I can stop the mate threat here. That was an very impressive play by David Campbell. Just went on straight for the attack and there was nothing I could do. I'm going to have to look at it and see afterwards, see if there's anything I missed. The queen here does not save it. It will just be hanging, taken by the other queen because this is pinned to the king by the rook. There's no check to be made as an intermediate move, so I guess I have to resign. Okay, let's look at the game and how it ended up this way. Najdorf is a very sharp line, especially when there's opposite side castling. Here I probably should have taken the bishop as I intended, but I don't see how that would have helped, because this and this was a very serious threat. But I guess I could have once I push this pawn forward and I take this bishop out with this and with knight a5 and then knight capturing on bishop on b6. This cannot happen because you can't play this here and then because it will already be protected by this bishop. You can't also play here and here. So I think that was maybe one thing I should have gone for. Because now making the bishop remain on b6, the weakness it caused was evident because now I couldn't capture here. If I do capture, there is a check and possibly some mating options around here. With the second rook joining, there was almost little I could do. My defenses at this point were very weak. Okay, so let's go to the engine and see if there's any other special move that we missed. Analysis board. Let's bring up the analysis board and see. So usually my opponents don't play rook g1 very early, so I'm sure that's a very aggressive move. If you're playing white, you can look at that. After here, what does the engine suggest to do? Okay, so launching the pawn forward, possibly bringing the rook as well. Okay, so the pawn push would have been okay because, like I said, although this was a threat, it wasn't very immediate. Okay, so in this instance, let's see what the evaluation is. +6. It's very lost here. There's so many pieces on the king side, and the king side is very weak. All the pieces are not properly defending the king side. Okay, so the error came in making a plan for attack. I ended up being very defensive, and like I said, this opening is very sharp, so if you're going to be playing, you should be very careful how you play. A5 was a blunder. The evaluation goes from +1 to +7.9. Okay, so I guess next time I have to be very careful about the moves I make while making the plan for the entire game. I guess it has been a wonderful episode for now. We'll meet in the other episodes. Thanks for staying around.